Hi everyone, welcome back to Contemplating Adult. It's been a long day. It's been a long day, it's been a long week, it's been a long year, and it's already October end. It's gonna be like what, 2024 in 2 months. Anyways, so I'm gonna be posting this video after about 2 weeks of my last video, but I think so. No, I don't know. I don't even remember. But whatever. So today's video is gonna be about me reflecting on my first week of medical school. You know, sitting here without my glasses, I cannot even see my own face clearly. But whatever. Okay. So medical school. You know, in India, there are a lot of NEET aspirants for MBBS. Everybody wants to crack NEET and get into a government medical college, and yeah, I respect that for you and for me. But the thing is, majority of people don't know what they're getting themselves into. I'm one of them. I didn't have any clear idea on what I was getting myself into. So among the minimal choices I could clearly see, I just chose one. So everybody does that. The thing is, there is a lot of ambiguity about what actually happens in medical school. Everybody's like, oh, it's all fun and parties and no studying anymore, so just study right now and then you'll have fun, whatever. That's not true. Not really true, but I'm gonna break all the myths today, okay? I'm gonna bust all those myths today. Just bear with me. If this video gets too long, I'll be talking about academics, everything from academics, what happens in academics, how's the hostel life, college seniors, interactions, aka ragging, and everything that I can possibly tell you about. And if the video gets too long, I'll just edit it to be part 2. Anyways, I love the stop, don't you? I love the stop. Anyways, okay, so I got sick there. Okay, so first let's talk about academics. The thing is, everybody thinks like MBBS is gonna be so easy कि हम तो NEET crack करके आए हैं, अभी पढ़ना कम ही पड़ेगा. But the thing is, honey, you don't even know what you're getting yourself into. Trust me, I have been through 2 weeks of MBBS, and thank God we got a holiday and I'm back at home in the comfort of my home, away from those hostels and stuff. But yeah, it's really hectic, dude. It's really hectic. Like the academic life, MBBS is like a 9 to 5 job. It's literally like a 9 to 5 job. अभी से ट्रेनिंग दे रहे हैं, ऐसा लग रहा है. Like we have classes from 9 to 1, and then from 1 to 2 there is a lunch break, and then from 2 to 5 again we have dissection hall and stuff. Well, at least I'm telling you about the colleges in Odisha, and I'm pretty sure this is what happens in most colleges all over India, medical schools all over India, give or take. But thing is, this is what happens. See, 9 to 10 this is what happens in my college, MKCG Brahmapur, which is also government medical college in Odisha. So the thing is, this is what happens. 9 to 10 we have a lecture at the lecture hall or theatre, whatever. So that is on the first floor. So you can either use the stairs or the lift, whatever. So there's either an anatomy lecture or a physiology lecture. It's usually, we alternate that like on a daily, like on Mondays we have physiology, and then Tuesdays 9 to 10 we have anatomy. So we have lectures. So that general anatomy and physiology, general physiology. And then this is what happens 9 to 10, either there's anatomy or physiology. And then from 10 to 11 we have biochem, or on those days when there was anatomy previously, from 9 to 10 those days we have physiology. So basically 9 to 10 and 10 to 11 are both lectures. No break in between. You don't get a break in between. You just lectures and lectures. And yes, some classes, in every class there is a different professor coming in. I'm gonna get to that later. I'm gonna save that part for later. Okay. So what happens is you have classes till in my college until like 11, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, and then 11 to 1, like that's for 11 to 12, 12 to 1, 2 hours. 2 hours you have your practicals and your tutorials or demonstration, whatever. So basically you're taken, one day you will have your practical physiology practical, another day you will have your biochemistry tutorial, another day you will have your physiology tutorial, another day you will have your biochemistry practical. So basically it's a whole deal. I'm going to get into details in the later part of the video. Right now I'm just going to give you an overview. So 2 classes and then 1 2-hour practical, and then you have a 1 hour lunch break where you have to walk to your hostel, and if it's your hometown, then great, then you get home cooked food, delicious and nutritious. But if you're living in a hostel like me, so you will have to walk in the sun, in the scorching heat, all by yourself. In that 1 hour break, you go back, you open your room, you put your things there, and you wait in line for lunch. It's a whole deal. I'm not even going to go into the details of that, but yeah. So if you do that, you get in line for lunch, you finish your lunch as so quickly as you can, because you need to get back to the academic block or the administrative block, which is like a 1.1 kilometer walk from your hostel. And if you're late, the teachers threatens you that they're gonna break your legs. They're of course not gonna actually do it, but still, yeah, they don't like if you're late in the class. They can acknowledge you, like, why late in the class? What happened? Why couldn't you do it when the others could do it? So that's there. And you get back within that 1 hour span. You don't even have time to rest. You have to eat your lunch really quickly, and then you get back. And then, yeah. Okay, so then from 2 to 5, 2 to 5 we have dissection hall. But the thing is, the first 1.5 hour in our college, the first 1.5 hour we have another lecture of anatomy. They use that for another lecture of anatomy, and they either take us to tutorials or demonstration, whatever, which are again basically classes, but you actually see the bones and stuff like that. And then the last 2 hours you go to the dissection hall, which is in the 3rd floor of another building. So you change buildings, and then if you're lucky you'll get a space in the lift, which is supposed to be reserved only for teachers and staff, but we students use it as well. So you'll get there on the 3rd floor. The dissection hall is on the 3rd floor, or DH short form, or the abbreviated form is on the 3rd floor. And then there you go for your dissection till 5. And at 5 you're all tired and exhausted, and you do a 1.1 kilometer walk back to your hostel, and then you're like, who the fuck said that we would have time for extracurriculars and parties and vacation and I don't know what else. I was gonna explore so much, but all that I can find time for in an entire day is go to class, eat, sleep, study, repeat. Class, eat, sleep, study, repeat. This is what happens. Like obviously like when you get your fests and stuff, that's when all the fun stuff occurs. But the thing is, it's not going to be like कि आपको पढ़ना ही नहीं पड़ेगा and all. Totally, you will still have to study, and that's cool. Like डॉक्टर्स को जीवन भर पढ़ना पड़ता है, इसका श्राप मिला है, but whatever. So that is what happens. So if I just hope that this video clears, like there should not be any ambiguity कि होता क्या है यार classes में, होता क्या है कि dissection नहीं होता है, like first year से ही होता है. First year, okay, let's talk. Since we're getting into the academics, this video it's already a 9-minute long video. So since this video is completely going to be about academics, let's just get into it. So first year, I'm just going to talk about the first year because I'm in first year, so that's what I know about. So in first year, I'm going to have 3 subjects: anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry. These are your 3 main subjects, but there is something called parallel and horizontal integration and vertical integration. I'm not going to explain that to you because I hardly understand it myself. But what I get is that basically when there are some topics that can be parallelly studied in 2 subjects, let's say patient history or whatever, So that can be studied in community medicine and also in physiology, I suppose. So basically you have parallel classes just to in the same week to study that particular topic in that week, so that it makes more sense and you retain it better. I guess that's supposed to be scientific some sort of way, but yeah. So in first year you have 3 main subjects: anatomy, biochemistry, physiology. First year MBBS I'm talking about. And academics, if you want to talk about books and what materials do you need, I'm going to make another video on that when I get back into the hostel. Right now I do not have all of those things right here with me. So yeah. And what about, like, what else do you want to know about academics? Okay, let's talk about the professors and teachers. Okay, so basically I'm going to tell you how the hierarchy is. So this is what happens. So on your first day of MBBS, your first class of MBBS, like after all the white coat ceremony, everything is done, on the orientation is done, you're going to have your first class of MBBS. So the first class of each particular subject, the head of departments of that particular subject will come and take the first class. So there is one particular thing that I really love about, like, at least I know for my college and SCB Medical College, that the head of department of physiology and biochemistry are both females. That's great, like feminism and stuff like that, equality. But anatomy, in both colleges, their department of heads are male. So in MKCG Brahmapur, which is my medical college, so you have a female department of head of physiology, Dr. Snigdha Mishra, I think. And also our head of department of biochemistry is also female, Dr. Nirupama Devi, and they're all doctors, of course. And our head of department of anatomy is Dr. Jami S. Prushti sir. So these are all professors and doctors. So yeah, so they take your first class of physiology, biochemistry. They also come periodically, but they take their first class of your particular subjects. And then they have senior residents and assistant professors working under them, who are of course really highly qualified. They're all doctors as well. And then for your classes, these are people who are going to come and take your classes. Like every single day, for every single lecture, you're going to get a new professor, and they're going to have their own new methods of teaching. Some of them are really good. Actually, all of them are particularly good, so I am in no position to criticize anyone. But some of them can be really fast. They will just come in with their PPTs and they will just like skip. ये सब तो आता ही होगा, ये पढ़ के रखा है. And that's cool, that's okay. I'm not complaining or I'm not shading anyone. I am not that person, I'm not a hater or anything, but yeah. They're gonna be really fast and they're gonna move on with the PPTs, the presentations, and you're gonna be like, what the hell just happened with me? मुझे कुछ समझ में क्यों नहीं आ रहा? And then you know that you're gonna have to go back and teach yourself that all over again. So that is what happens. But there are also going to be really great teachers who, take it really slow and make sure you understand the topic and, talk with you and stuff like that. But the thing is, at the end of the day, you teach yourself. NEET mein bhi aisa hi karna hota hai. You have to teach yourself. So you have to teach yourself. But yeah, they're great teachers, and if you ask them questions in the class, they can answer you. But the thing is, nobody has the courage to do that. They'll be like, खुद ही जाके घर पे पढ़ लेंगे, अभी जो चल रहा है चलने दो. That is what happens, but you can understand most of them. So let's talk about anatomy. So the first class of anatomy, this is what they're going to teach you in the first class of anatomy. In the first class of anatomy, they're going to teach you the normal anatomical position, what is abduction, adduction, coronal plane, transverse plane, sagittal plane, mid-sagittal plane. They're going to teach you all about the planes, movements, what is pronation, supination, abduction, flexion, extension stuff. They're going to teach you all of that. That's going to be an easy class, I suppose. You're going to understand that. And then they start teaching dissection from the palm. So you're going to teach us the thinner eminence, hypothinner eminence, everything, the muscles, the nerves, the especially the flexor retinaculum. Everybody is gonna ask questions about the flexor retinaculum. Everybody loves that. Okay, what else do you need to know? Well, that's all you need to know. That should give you a clear idea about, you know, what is gonna be happening with you in your first week of MBBS academically. Well, I do have still more things. Wait. I do have a few more things to add. Also in what happened in biochemistry practical. So the first biochemistry, they can teach you about both in physiology and biochemistry practical. In the first week itself, they're going to teach you about the parts of a compound microscope and stuff like that. You will each be assigned your own compound microscope, and you also going to get to see real bones. They're probably going to start teaching you from the clavicle. You know, the peculiarities of clavicle is supposed to be an important competence. You know, the latest teachings in medical school are based on CBME, which is competence-based medical education, I think. I always thought it was gonna have a different definition, but then I was like, okay, so this is what the definition is. So you have competencies. Basically, these are topics that you have to learn, that you should know as a student, and at the end of your 5.5 years, where you will be an IMG, Indian Medical Graduate. You won't be doctor unless you pass the next or the NEET PG and get your license, but you will be a IMJ, Indian Medical Graduate, if you pass all your university professional exams. Okay, what was I talking about? I was talking about physiology and biochemistry practicals. In physiology practicals, you will have so you'll be a compound microscope. Also, you will get pre-prepared blood smear slides. So you will just use a compound microscope and learn how to adjust on low power, high power, oil immersion, and just see if you can identify. Mostly you will want to be identifying the WBCs. So yeah, you will learn how to focus and stuff like that, the basics. And then later on you will also prick your finger to prepare your own, using a lancet or whatever, to prepare your own blood smear glass slide, and then you will see that. So that's what happens in physiology initially. And for biochemistry, what is really fun was you go to the biochem lab and you actually get to do the experiments on your own. Like school में तो करवाते नहीं थे, like एक दो बच्चे करते थे, everybody would just see. ज़्यादा नहीं होता था, मतलब कुछ स्कूल में होता होगा, हमारे स्कूल में तो नहीं होता था भाई. Plus I wasn't dummy, so whatever. Okay, so basically this is what happens. I'm going to talk about biochemistry practical. You actually get to perform 5 different tests for carbohydrates. These are tests for carbohydrates. One is the Molish test, which is the general test for carbohydrates, and you have Benedict's test, which is to identify if the carbohydrate is reducing or non-reducing. You also have tests to identify if the carbohydrate is a keto sugar or non-keto sugar. Blah blah blah. You have 5 tests in general, so you have to perform all of them. And that was my first time performing actual experiments, and it was really fun. But also, when at the end of the experiment you empty your test tubes in that sink, everybody was going and emptying the test tubes, and it was like fumes coming up. Okay, let's not remember that. That is what happens in practicals and stuff. Practicals and dissection, yes, you're actually gonna see the cadaver being dissected. And also there's a cadaveric oath, just like you take the Hippocratic oath on the white coat ceremony. You also take the cadaveric oath, which is basically you promise to treat the cadaver with respect, those who have donated the body or the unclean bodies, and to address it as a cadaver, not as a dead body, because it used to be a person with feelings and emotions and all. And you promise to not disclose their identity, and always put them first, stuff like that. Just treat them with respect, and they're your first teachers. So that's what happens. So we had a whole cadaveric oath on the first day of the dissection hall. And then you also get to dissect. You also get to dissect if you bring your surgical gloves and your dissection kit. The professor will allow you to dissect. Also, this video has been so long and I'm just talking about academics. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you about what is the student to cadaver ratio and how this huge class, how many cadavers are there and how this happens in the next part of the video, and also about the hostel conditions, what actually happens, and also questions on the important questions which everybody wants to know about, ragging and seniors, and are they nice, do they do ragging, or these interactions that you call. So what happens and what is a dress code? People ask about dress codes a lot, like what do you actually wear, are jeans allowed, are you allowed to wear jeans and stuff like that. I'm gonna answer all of that in the second video, so stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching. Love you guys, bye. Stay tuned for videos. पता है आजकल ना यार टॉपिक के लिए वीडियो के लिए कोई टॉपिक में नहीं मिल रहा, बट आई एम गोना डू व्हाट आई कैन. आई एम फोकसिंग ऑन चिलिंग, बट या व्हाटएवर, I'm saying whatever a lot. Also, since I have been sick, I'm sipping hot water. Because I have a sore throat and do not want to get sick further. So yeah, I have been on the verge of being sick for 5 days now, and I'm doing everything. I'm going out. I went to a dandiya party. I have shampooed 2 times this week, and I put the AC on because of course I cannot put the fan on because of the background noise I'll have in the video. But yeah, so this is what happens, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video and pray that I will not get sick. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you for watching. Bye. See you. I'll post the video next week. Okay. I'll post the second video next week, and if you like this video, please give a thumbs up, and if you want some book recommendations, follow my book Instagram handle, which is basically a book club on Instagram @contemplatingadult book club. Most of you are not doing that. I mean, do that. Follow my book club, and also subscribe. Most of you also, majority of you have not yet subscribed to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost you money to subscribe to my channel. I do that. Okay, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bells, and catch me next week with another video.